everybody. Good afternoon, good morning. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. We'll be waiting just a few more minutes. I see a few more people are logging in. So sit tight, grab a cup of coffee, and we'll get started in about 1 minute. All righty. Thank you, everyone, for getting ready. I see everyone's in. If more people come in, no problem. So welcome to a brief Swish webinar. What we're going to do today is we're going to keep it high level and quick. We know everyone's got a lot going on. So what we're going to do is walk you through what Swish is, who we are, how we do what we do, who we do it for. And by the end of the call, you should hopefully have an idea of what it is exactly that we bring to the table and if it's relevant to your org or not. If you do want to learn more, at the end, feel free to contact us. Happy to set up a deep dive walk through the product. And if you have any questions, there's a QA in the chat at the bottom. Feel free to shoot those in there, and happy to answer any questions that you might have. So with that, let's jump in. All right, so Swish AI is a hyperautomation intelligence platform that's been created to address a few pains that we hear from a lot of our enterprise customers. Typically, the folks we work with are very large, your Walmarts, your Allianzes, big companies running big IT orgs, and they're all experiencing the same challenges over the past couple of years. Everyone's seeing a lot more increased ticket volume, a lot more increased expectations from end users, both internal and external, and sometimes the NPS scores and CSAT scores take a hit. There's a lot more increased complexity as well. How do you operate an org with 3 different tiers, operated in 3 different countries, with end users all over, putting in messages from Slack, opening up requests from Teams, email, what have you. There's a lot. The complexity is real. How do you get real-time insight into that, and how do you automate all of that? The backdrop of all this, of course, is cost. It's no secret we're about to enter a potential global recession. People are trying to get more from less. So we try to address all these problems. We do that by focusing on the 4 main areas that a lot of folks tell us are the start of their automation journey. How do you prevent incidents from starting? How do you deflect tickets from becoming tickets? How do you automate processes as they go? And how do you augment people? How do you get real-time insight into your people? Maybe you have an MSP and you want to get real-time insight to see if they're standing up to your SLA. How do you get insight into your teams without micromanaging them to see if there's maybe historical ticket types that people are struggling with? Examples of incident prevention and ticket deflection could be chatbots, deflecting people to a self-service portal. And process automation can be anything from automating queue orchestration, ticket orchestration, to report generation. These are all areas that we focus on. The tricky thing is that hyperautomation is complex. And the main reason it's complex is because IT is a people-to-people business. And people have a tendency to produce some pretty messy data. So when we talk about what hyperautomation intelligence means, what I'll explain shortly is how we leverage all of this historical data that you see here. We have all the unstructured data, the multiple languages that people might be using, different unique jargon to each company, bottlenecks of tickets, etc. It can be pretty tricky. So we're a hyperautomation intel platform, and we comprise 6 different types of AI and machine learning. We start with the natural language processing. That is our patented way of reading the text of all of your historical data and real-time tickets as they come in, whether through chat, email, transcript. Our AI will read those tickets, compare it to your historical data, label them using our smart labeling based on the underlying issue, understanding your unique jargon, your unique lingo, labeling the ticket. And before you know it, you have real-time clustering of all of your tickets based on the actual underlying issue. And from there, we can do some pretty cool things. We can start to do pattern recognition, anomaly detection, predictive intelligence, and you can then orchestrate it back into your service desk to do a lot of automation. So Swish is built on Google Cloud, and it integrates into your service desk via API. We specifically made it to be agnostic and flexible because each of our end users has a different use case. Many folks are using ServiceNow, EMC, Jira. Many folks are using Teams, some Slack. Some folks want to put it into a data lake in Snowflake. What we provide is the ability to plug this in, read all of your historical data, and then make AI models of your environment, and then start to action it based on that unique clustering once we've gotten insight into everything. We provide you out of the box 6 dashboards and click that can show you everything from where there might be bottlenecks, where there might be skill set gaps in your org, where tickets might be getting the most repetitive work, the most manual work, where are people getting stuck the most. And from there, you can then integrate into your service desk to do some cool things. So beyond the intel, we have folks who then use us for autonomous ticket mapping and routing. We'll identify the ticket issue as it comes in real time, identify what that issue is, and compare it to your skill set mapping we're also doing, and pass that ticket to the correct person based on who's available, because we can integrate with single sign-on, Okta, and see who's available, who's historically good at that type of ticket, pass it to them. So we can take all of that manual work you're doing in your queues to make sure that at the end of the day, tickets aren't getting stuck. Maybe they're getting hopped too much. Maybe they're not getting passed to the right people. All of that can be automated away, saving you hundreds of hours a year. The next is emerging problem alerts. Imagine 400 incidents coming to your desk and everyone's putting out little fires. The NOC's trying to figure out the root problem. Swish would have identified an influx of a specific type of ticket and could have notified you via Slack or Teams, and also correlated what the potential problem could be based on historical issues. Next is bottleneck detection. We can help you figure out where tickets are getting stuck and why, so that you can get those problematic areas resolved. And then real-time performance insight on both how people are performing, how people are resolving tickets, what's the first time to response, mean time to resolution, and figure out where to close those gaps. From a strategic level, you can use Swish to leverage and find out where shift left opportunities might be. What type of tickets can go to a self-service portal? What types can go to RPA? You can use this for skill set mapping, MSP governance. You can use us to figure out where inefficient process detection is. Where are people spending too much time? And of course, automation intelligence. When can you be automating things better? So once you plug this in, and by the way, it's between 3 to 4 weeks to get those initial real-time dashboards, and then a month of configuring. So we're talking very short ramp up time, and it's all plug and play. We do the work for you. Once it's plugged in and you've started to see some results, we've benchmarked this, and we've seen some customers reduce their mean time to resolution by 48% or more. We've seen some increase their team capacity, their ability to actually resolve issues by 30%, because we've gotten rid of report generation, queue management, filling out forms. We've reduced all of that repetitive manual work, and people suddenly have 30% more time. We've been able to take some folks who told us previously tickets were hopping between agents 5 to 8 times to no more than 3 times. Most importantly, we're able to take all of that uncovered costs that maybe you weren't taking advantage of, and we can actually save you a lot of money by returning to you manpower and hours. So in conclusion, like I said, we try to keep it pretty high level today. Swish is a hyperautomation intelligence platform that is a plug and play. We're backed by Dell and Samsung. And if you want to learn more, you can go into the chat, you can email us, and we can set you up with a demo, walk you through the product. And within a matter of weeks, you could be live, getting real-time insight into your entire org with that real-time labeling, natural language processing, and start your automation journey today. So that's it in short. Like I said, we try to keep it pretty high level today. If anyone has any questions, feel free to go into the chat. And otherwise, hope you guys all have a great day. Stay healthy out there.